Guys, I am not a suspension guru, but I'm fairly confident that this should be tighter. Guys, and one girl according to the analytics, welcome back to the channel, where we are the only channel on YouTube that is actively trying to make our cars slower. So, just to give you a little heads up of where we're at, I did not record it, but as you can see, the interior is all done. Package tray is all done. I actually have a few things that you didn't see. You can see I changed most of the lights to red, with the exception of the fuel pressure and the voltage. That's because I ordered the wrong bulbs. Those are the push-in style. They're not the Frankenstein twist style. So we got that going for us. I actually have interior lights and the doors. Usually something that I would skip. Went through, painted the roll bar, remounted the air tank for the shifter. So for my purposes, the interior of this car is done for right now. Now, I still have to figure out turn signals and a brake light, but that's not a big deal. I was smart enough before I put it all back together. I ran some flat 4-blade trailer wire. So I have 4 wires going from the front to back. So we're going to explore that option later. Today, as you see, we don't have anything back here anymore. So let me show you what we're doing. This was our existing fuel situation. A little tiny, probably 2-gallon fuel cell. So yeah, it was a good time dealing with this because I'm an idiot actually, and I ordered the wrong inserts. So I had to take out the ones that were existing here. And to do that, I had to jam my hand down in here, which as you can see, doesn't really fit, and I'm not going to do the whole Pringles can thing again because my hand got stuck in there originally. So this fuel cell did sacrifice its little inserts. Now, this was another issue. Yeah, that's not regular unleaded. Apparently this car only runs on race gas. I don't know if it's 100 octane, 110. We're going to circle back to that, and I am going to have my motor guy tune this thing to run on the street because this is my wife's car. So, in today's adventure, we are going to be drilling into our brand new gas tank. So, for some reason, this car has dual fuel pickups. I guess it just needs that much gas. So, I'm not going to change that. Ideally, you would probably want to put these in the bottom here. However, I'm going to put one right here, and I'm going to put one right there. Now, that has nothing to do with the fact that that's where the existing lines reach, but yeah, it has everything to do with that. So, I have to drill this tank out, and this tank was only like 80 bucks. If I screw it up, it's not the end of the world. And I have to make sure I don't get any metal inside. So, my game plan, I'm going to take my shop vac. It's going to go from suck to blow, and I'm going to be blowing on here, and hopefully the metal will be exiting here. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's how we're rolling. Alright, now, out of an abundance of caution, I am using a magnet here to hopefully grab anything from falling in from up top. I did put a sock on the end of my shop vac, and I did clean out my shop vac really good, so that shouldn't really affect much. And just to play it safe, I put a little paint strainer on here to catch anything. So, also, turns out, 3/4 inch Christmas tree. Looks to be about the perfect hole, so let's get this party started. Well, that definitely didn't hurt. And I don't see anything down here yet, but we'll circle back to that. Let me look inside the tank. Alright, I do have a little tiny bit of junk in here. I don't expect you to really see it, but I think if I go magnet fishing, I'll be able to get it all out. So let's do the other hole. All right, I would not say that collected a lot at all. But you don't know unless you try. So let's clean the tank, and then we're going to get to the really fun part. Because if you think my hand didn't fit in that little tank, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm definitely not fitting my hand in it. Good times. All right, in case you're wondering what the game plan is, as you can see, I have the first nipple in. And thank God I remembered to put the little plastic grommet on there, because that almost happened. So, game plan is I am going to use these little tweezer thingies. I'm going to try to get the gasket on there, and then I'm going to try to get the nut on there. And yeah, it's way down there. So I'm going to jump on the struggle bus, and we're going to check back in a couple minutes and see what's happening. All right, if you look inside, I got the washer on. That's half the battle, and that took about 5 minutes. This is going to be a completely different story because I can't grab it anywhere with the pincers or anything. I got to figure something out. All right, here's the new game plan. I took 2 insulation supports that you would use in a crawl space and zip tied them together. And I made myself a pair of mechanical fingers. The problem with the regular mechanical fingers is the angle. So, as you can see, I bent this, and we're going to try this out. All right, luckily where this is at, I can reach it with my 1-inch wrench, as you can see. So, I just went down, held it with the 1-inch wrench, hit it with the ratchet from underneath, and it's all good. So, let me finish the other one up. Alright, so for the second one, which is a little bit closer, we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to take one of these rods, put it in the hole, and see if I can get it on there. Wow, that worked a charm. Yeah, let's try that with the nut. I think that's going to be good enough for us to go underneath and thread. Let me find out. All right, what we're going to do just to play it safe, as you can see, right now we're sitting on E. We're just going to check the fuel sending unit before I get this all bolted in, just to make sure there's not going to be any problems. So common sense would tell me, if I flip this over, hopefully that needle moved, or I'm going to be really pissed. Shit!
I'm not a smart man.
Alright, truth be told, I'm an idiot. So we're going to restart this. So as you can see, we're pretty much on E. Now, something very important. After you ground the gas tank, because it's not in the car, so it's not grounded, then we're going to flip it over and try it. I can hear it's all the way on the top. Okay, that is much, much better. I'm quite happy about that. So, let's get this tank in the car. All right, she is in. Had to cut and redo the fuel pump. Got the sending unit in, and here's my fuel lines. And I did not need new ones. So, theoretically, as the car goes forward, gravity's going to push it back, so should pick up just fine. So, for my purposes, I think we can lower the car down. Here we are back the next day, and by next day, I really mean 5 days later. So, like I was saying earlier, we're basically done with the interior, but I want to build a cup holder. So, went out, grabbed some wood. Pretty much going to build like a little tiny center console for this thing. Obviously, I'm limited by the air shifter. So I'm pretty much going to cut a couple pieces of wood about 16 inches long and start framing a box. So let's see how this turns out. Got this little 3/4 by 1.5 inch here. And I got some Luan laying around somewhere. And some leather. So let's get this started. For my purposes, I went with 4 16-inch, 4 5.5s, and 4 3s. So this box is going to be roughly 6 inches by 16. So we're going to get this skeleton framed out, and then we're going to go grab the Luan. Alrighty, because this is cross-country garage and not cross-country woodworking, just giving you a brief rundown of what I built so far. Basically just glued together a frame. I found some cedar laying around, used that for the inside. And now this box, just mounted it in the car. Because of the hump that's going to go here, these sides are going to be longer. So I just got these pieces cut. I'm going to get these sides in, and then I'm going to get a piece of cardboard and figure out my hump. And I'll show you what we're looking like when that's done. But yeah, this is nothing special. Got a little magnet there so it doesn't rattle. Little cup holder insert will go into there, and then we'll get it covered. So let's keep on plugging away. Oh, this is a special day. It's not often I get to play with my wife's box. I may have skipped ahead a little bit, but here we are with the basically finished product. I mean, I had to go through and get some screw caps. Just like 3 in the front, 3 in the back. But overall, here's how she came out. As you can see, pretty clean overall. Not bad. Pretty much the only hinge I had laying around, so that's what we rolled with. So the only thing I'm undecided about, I did make these little inserts, and if you see, I had a little bit of gold trim left over from like 8 years ago when we did a Trans Am, but yeah, pretty close. So I might double side tape these inserts onto here. Yeah, right around there or something, but I don't know. Wife really doesn't like them, so not worried about it right now. So let's get this in the car and see how it looks. All right, I'm not mad at it. Obviously, it fits nice and snug. I can move it a little bit. I got about 6 inches, which you can't see, before I hit the rear seat. But overall, yeah, that's going to do it. So one last thing for me to do here. I still have to pull the dash out, but I did finally get my red bulb. So let's tackle that really quick. Okay, here we are with the finished interior. Now, a few things that you did not see. Obviously, all the gauges are red, but we got this nice, sweet wood steering wheel, because that's just what the wife wanted. Off camera, I went through, I made a little console around the shifter. Gave her a little clock. And, what else did we do in here? I don't even know what else. As you can see, we got all our interior lights working now. And finally, the dash is in for the final time. As far as in the back, only thing really left for me to do back here is to throw the plaid floor in, which is actually flattening out right now in my bathroom. And that's going to do it. I realize it seems like a lot of you guys aren't really into the Cougar because these videos do not get a lot of views. However, if you don't like this, you are absolutely going to hate the next project that's coming in after this. Trust me. And moving on, we're going to tackle this. Now, this thing runs great. However, it looks like shit. So we're going to start working on it. Getting everything out of the way, repainting all in here, and getting this car ready to get sent out to paint. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other stuff that the successful YouTubers tell you to do. I am not a successful YouTuber. Otherwise, I would have monetized my channel a while ago. And get off the couch and get in the garage.